Olga joins us from Lviv. Olga, as Alex was mentioning, Putin wants Crimea recognized. He's going to be playing hardball today in the negotiations as well. 2 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We're standing by to see what the peace talks are all about and if there is a plausible solution in sight. At this point of time, we're seeing residential buildings getting impacted by the Russian shelling in Kiev. Ukrainian resistance is something that the Russians have not predicted, this level of resistance. If you could tell us the kind of resistance that Ukraine is showing, which has taken Russia by shock as well.
Well, I guess yes, because we've seen that Russia planned to end their job in 3 days. But you see that the Ukrainians are fighting for their future, and they are fighting for their territory, and they are fighting for their territory, which includes Crimea, which includes Donbass, and also these other parts that Russia now tries to invade. So Ukrainians are fighting for their future, and that's why they are so furious, and that's why they are repelling those attacks by, as it was said, the second army in the world. But you see, Ukrainians are strong enough to repel this, and they will not stop. This means that well, in the negotiations, it's important for us to save people, yes, to have humanitarian corridors, but no one from the Ukrainian government will go on the Russian conditions. So Ukrainian territory, we have the sovereign territory, and Ukrainians are fighting for it all. So your speaker said for Ukraine will not go on, and as well as with NATO, because you should understand that our desire to enter NATO and in the EU.
Olga, the biggest question arising from what you are saying is that Ukraine is not going to be giving in. Alex mentioned that Russia is going to be playing hardball, and hence then you are looking at a bit of an impasse right there in that particular situation, because Russia does not want Ukraine to become a member of the NATO. What is Zelensky's stance on this? Is he likely to give in?
Look, there's not only Zelensky, there is people of Ukraine. We live in a democratic state where we choose our leader, and he just represents us. So this is not only Zelensky, these are people of Ukraine who want to choose their future. And no one, neither Putin nor any other leader in the world can tell Ukrainians what their future should be. So Ukrainians are fighting to define their future so that they have a right, because we are democracy, so that they have a right to choose their future. That's the main point. That's why we will not
right. And hence, what about the people of Ukraine? What do they want the most at this point? Of course, they would want the war to stop, which is an obvious. But from the peace negotiations, when Zelensky is meeting Putin over the video conferencing as well, what is it that they want when Zelensky's team, rather, will be meeting Russia as well over the video conference? What is it that they want, the people of Ukraine want today?
The people of Ukraine would want the Russian army to be out of our territory. So then this is Ukrainian territory. Why the Russian army is coming here? So Ukrainians want Russians to go back to their homes. This will save their lives as well. So this is what Ukrainians want. They want to leave us alone, and we want to choose our future, and we want to decide what to do on our territories. This is what Ukrainians want. This is like the main issue of, if you ask here anyone, he or she will answer you that we want to define our future.
And what is the people's stance vis-a-vis NATO membership is concerned?
Look, during the last, the last poll was either just before the war or a month ago, and big majority, so almost 60% of Ukrainians want to join NATO, because this is our for us, this is the shield that will help us in the future because of Russia, because we have an aggressive state which is our neighbor. That is why, according to the polls which were just done like a month ago, almost 60% of Ukrainians, I guess 57 there was the number, want to join NATO, and around 70% want to join the EU.
All right, that's Olga joining us live from Ukraine, from Lviv. Thank you very much for taking your time out with that ground report as well. And Alex joining us from Moscow as well. All our reporters in war-torn Ukraine bringing you up to speed with the very latest